Okay, so I think we're live. Let's see. I just want to test out on whether this will change the taskbar options. Automatic. Okay, so I think we're live now. And let's just go and go back to mine. I'm currently working on turning and creating an enemy archer. And I've already worked on some sprites already. So I just want to create one more layer group. And I'm actually using GIMP. This is open source software. I know there are other powerful tools out there, but in my case, right now, I am focusing on the open source softwares that are available for drawing your game art assets. So I want to have a violin, or let's just say this is going to be a kit uh, sprite animation. Okay, so what I'll just be doing here is going to copy this and move here, and it's going to be, say that this is going to be 0. Then we'll be drawing this as if, let's have this 0 here. I would want the arrow to be placed, or should I use the other one? Will it be a lot easier if I use this? Hmm. I think this is going to be a lot easier to this one. So let me delete this. Then I'm going to copy. Oh, I think I made a mistake with the numbering here. So this is should be 2 and this should be 3. Okay. And I'm just going to duplicate this. I'm going to have it up here. And then I'm going to go and hide the rest. I'm going to go get this. Let's set up the image configure grid. I'm using currently 144 by 144 because that's where I started drawing the main character of Datu's quest, which is Aligun. And let me just go and image. If you're not familiar with GIMP, it has a feature for you to show grid. And you will now be able to find a way to set up a grid. And of course, what you can do, you can have the image or layer, the image size. It will be occupying all of the image. In my case, I just want to have this as a reference template. And just copy that, hide that first one, and then I'm just going to say this is going to be 0, or let's say hit 0. So we will start from 0 base index. And what I want to do is to have this enemy to seem like it got hit. So I'm going to make it move as if he's in a forward stance. I'm going to bring down this arm. Let's just say I'm going to copy that. I'm going to cut this part, and I'm not going to be too focused with the details for now. Just want to be able to get the main posture. So let me delete some parts. This one, I'm just going to delete that. It's actually a holiday tomorrow. That's why I have some time to work. And I still haven't fully recovered, but I lost my voice last week. And I'm still not yet fully recovered, but it's better now. I feel a lot better than last week. Right now, I'm pressing on the square bracket to quickly increase the size of my eraser tool. Then I'm going to delete this part, this one, and I will be using this so that and I'll be repositioning the light. Let's layer to image size, and I would want this. I'll just adjust the costume perhaps or the uniform of the. I want this to be bended a little bit forward. So let's this leg, and he will be as if he's pointing, as if he's in a forward stance. I'm not going to focus on the details, but the posture first. Okay. Then we'll have the bahag in Filipino clothing. We call it bahag. And we'll have the green shadow here. Then let's have this. As it that is just some examples. And then use the red color and select one. And you can have those parts colored. I've been working on Datu's quest for quite some time now, and I know in the future perhaps I'll be looking forward to finding some collaborators. I really want to have it published, but for now, while I'm still trying to work on improving my skills, I would want to work on it solo. But the idea there is that if I get to, I just believe in one tip: the easy way is the hard way. Just for me to be able to learn more, or at least learn some uh, ways on how to overcome some challenges if I'm going to be working as an indie game dev, right? So in here, I would want the arm to be. s- Let me redraw the arm and just have a quick. In drawing, we have the triangle of drawing, right? Shape, form, and details. So if I recall in my online course that I've taken to learn the basics of drawing, let's delete this part and so let's have here. Let me draw this. Let's have the arm and let's see. This is the shoulder, the biceps. I still need to learn more about anatomy. I need to learn more about how to draw anatomy. But for now, I know I want to have some biceps, then the forearm, maybe in the side, and the elbow, and a little bit of the wrist part. And I want to have the hand here. Let's draw this elbow part. Which we can just draw the biceps. And okay, so that looks like biceps now. at least a little bit. Let's have a little bit of parts here, then perhaps the part will do here, the elbow joint is in here. I'll just draw some of the spaces here. Of course, those anti-alias will be doing some cleaning once we already have the form. Oh, just quickly pick this up. What happened there? That's not working. Let's all of that. Okay, let's make none. Let's go back to the black and white. Of course, the chest area. You might want to at least have this part. Let's say I want this to be showing a bit of the chest area shadow. This one will be here. And I want him to look as if he got hit. So let's see here. Let's just go and let's see. Let's see. Let's remove some of the unleashed anti-alias here. Okay. How do I want this to look like? I want it to be him in a forward stance. This is the leg part. I want to have a shadow part. I want to have a shadow dark color red. But let's go and change this to a little bit darker. So at least this is the inner part of the bahag. This is actually a bahag in Filipino. Okay. I think I should also try to have some parts here. Mhm. This one will be the leg part, the calf. Let's delete some parts here. And okay, so let's just go quickly fill out or fill up. But this should not be the black. This should not be black. Should be the skin color. No, that's not the correct one. Let's connect that. Select one and something else. Should it be the shadow? If this is going to be the back leg or the front leg, hmm, I can just add some shadows. Because there's some lighter parts and some darker parts, right? And here, again, I'm not too focused with the details yet. Just want to at least have some basic form that will make the it will help me get the idea on how the character will be looking. And I'm just pressing N key to transition and Shift E to transition to eraser tool and draw tool. And my pencil, currently using pencil instead of a brush. And I've set you will see pixel brush here. If you're using Gym. I'm using Gym because I don't have the resource yet to purchase the Ace Sprite. I know perhaps in the future, but for now I'm just focusing on using open source software like Gym. Mm, and this one, I would want this to be a little bit straightforward, and you won't be having like I said, like this. See how this will look. And we want this to like here in the cog. And that's a little too big to see how that will look first. And we'll have the bahag. And this one will be more a little bit of a forward stance because he got hit. And we can have this little bit downward, like this step. We can on the look and realize the size of the brush. And on the areas. And again, to go to the drawing tool and Shift E. I think it's like going to be in the loading here. You get that and fill tool and brush. Select non-save just to make sure that we're saving our progress. Mm. I want it to look as if it would be better if I have this way. Let's see. I'll just be adjusting if ever and would want the need to be as it is in a forward stance. And we can pick off. Okay. So just this a little bit. Just have a do this. Just here can we add a little bit of that color just for the wood. Okay. Okay, so I think we need to have the wrist part, the band, and of course the hand. I want to it up his what is called my but I have my hand in a closed fist. Just turn it make a circle. Okay. And it's as if it's in a closed fist. This one is just add some parts here. And in here we have right? Now this part, I want this to be moved, and I'm going to, not the crop tool, but the rotate tool, move it a little bit in an angle, and have that rotated, you know, have it near. I want it to be behind, like that, right? And we should adjust it a little bit more. Then we have the arm here, that way. I think it's too, hmm, should I go and have it that way? It's good. I think that's good for me. But why is this too large? Hmm, that's right. Let's have arm. Of course, we can make more layers just to compartmentalize, but for now, I just want to quickly do this. And uh, quick prototype. Okay. Let's try to add some and clean up the anti-alias here on the arm part. In here we have this, so here, and here, in here, in here, and here we have the fist of the enemy. Actually, because this is going to be a battalion archer. Same with the main character. It's also a warrior, supposedly. So, go ahead, bring that up. And here, oops, my phone's not really that. So, let's add some spice into it. This one, I want to bring up the anti-alias part. This one also in the top, in the side. I think that will be, I think this is a bit small, but that's all right with me. But then I want this head to be as if it's going to be moving and getting hit, right? So we want to, let me just create one of this and this one, just in case that I might want to do some changes. I'm just going to create some of those layers. This one on copy, and these are the two dot parts that I'm going to be merging. Merge down, and then I can also add a little old reference. I'm just going to put it here, and this one also, and this one. And then I'm going to have the old reference goes down, and the arm copy will be up here. And it's now going to be our hit 0 spine. Okay. Then we can go and copy that and then have it on the next part. You want the head to be moving backward, right? So let's say I'm just going to hide this. So I won't get confused. Um, this part, I want to just go get the head part and think the press enter. Okay, adjust that, and this time I want this to be as if he got hit. There we go. In this part, I'm going to delete the old. Just going to do this quickly. Okay, so as if he got hit, right? Do adjust this a little bit, and you want to delete these parts, and you can just do some clean up. And here I want to add the neck area. Or I can just draw here the hair and the clean up some parts of and the neck because he got hit and he's wearing the tribal mask here. Mhm. We can also, of course, improve on the lines on this part. And anywhere we can just go and work on that. It's going to be the neck area. And I'm just going to go, I'm going to set some things here. Perhaps I can go in business. So, so sorry for that. I was just setting up some things on the screen, to exploring how to pick up the stream, and I'm not yet that familiar with the process. Take some of those parts, do some cleaning up. I like how the neck now looks like. I'm going to merge it. First, we want to add some lines here, out in the shoulder area. Okay. So get some parts from the lights. So my goal here is to draw the enemy as if he got hit and creating some sprites for the hit effect. Let's clean this up. don't want the anti-aliases to be showing. We can add some shadows, of course. This is clean up the anti-aliases. But if you try to look at some pixel arts, you would notice that they're doing some combination, and as if the anti-alias actually is part of the style of drawing the pixel art we're working on. Still want to learn that though, the approach that they use for doing that. But for now, I'm just going to use this style. Mm, mm, It, it seems like he got hit, right? Let's just reduce this shoulder area. Okay. So we now have our second sprite. First one, second one, and let's have the third one. How do we want third one to look like? We can adjust this a little bit more down. Let's mm, have another copy of this. I think we can move this arm downward, towards downward. Let's that. I'm going to try to do that. It's going to be 0 with 1. Gets hit. And this one, this part, I would want this arm to be looking downward. Sorry, I'm going to make a mistake there. It's going to be 1. This is going to be here. Cool. And that will be proceeding to changing the position of the forearm. I want the forearm to be looking downwards towards here. Right? This part's will now be more on the chest and abdomen part. This one will now be stomach area. And this one, I want this to be, I'll work on creating another one, and this again going to be the arm. And we're going to be hiding this first and then go back here. I'm going to delete this full elbow arm. So I want to readjust it rather than having straight uh, towards there. We'll be adjusting this. So in here, what I want to do is create a little bit of chest part. In here we have arm. And this arm should now be, I will not delete some parts from here. And we want to adjust this. Now, we want to have it crop. I want to crop this part. And then we want to rotate it a little bit like this, right? And we want to, of course, take some of the extra drawing here. Maybe it's the frame will be showcasing him slowly getting it. Or like that. And we can now move towards down here. Yeah. Yes, he got hit. And adjust this a little bit. Of course, we can add some more. And because the direction here is being colored, so we don't want to really get to observe. It's too big. We'll reduce that. This one is the arm. Let's merge. And we need to clean up some of the other areas here. Just to clean it up. Because we reduce the quality of the image when we did the rotate. That usually happens. And now we just need to clean up some until it was here. And just let's clean up this part. This part, this part. This part over here. In here. Over here. This one. Oh no, don't want that to happen. Uh, that's I think the perspective. Let me just delete some of this. Still need to work on the gameplay, so I want to pause on there, but I need some assets here for me to animate my finger. So that's why I'm going to focus on the artwork for this room. Some sprites to before I go and work on the gameplay. Excuse me. Of course, I'm going to be working on watchy resistance as I further explore Godot. But for now, I just want to get some time for my indie game that is class. Have some sample favorites. Just take some time, but a little bit of patience will help you moving probably out. So we can also add some map. I'll stick with the forward down just for consistency. Point out some. Yeah. Now he gets hit, and we want the chest to be this is going to be hit three, right? Now we want to have the hit four. So you oh we're not done with the hit three first. I can see that I haven't finished the arm. So we want to have the wrist point here, lower down, and in here, and down as if he has his fist and the finger over here and here, right? And this one a little bit more circular. And this one here. Okay, I think it's a little too small. Might want to adjust. That does look like it is a fist. At least for the meantime, uh, let's have this here. And this one. And this is going to be hit four. Then for hit four, what do I want to happen here? I want the body, and I think I want to copy this point instead of me copying this one. I'll copy hit 0. And hit 0 will be the one that we will be doing some adjustments. So this arm I want to be facing towards here. And then the mask will be similar to this one. Or not totally. Perhaps the hair. We can just adjust the hair. And then we can adjust the stomach part. Let's go up here. Let's name this hit 4. And then let's do, what do we want? Try to draw the arm. But let's copy, basically the copy of that first. I want to have this part of the body here. I want to have the, let me just separate this. So this is going to be the bowl. And we have here, let's copy it 4. And this is going to be the upper. Let's copy it 4. So lower. Lower part we won't be changing too much, but the upper part, I want it to look as if the upper part will be, let's have the arm going straight as if he got hit. Let's have this here and in here, and the this part will be in here. And for the bow, if you want to adjust it a little bit forward, no, that's not the one that we want. We want this to be moving forward a little bit. Okay. And for the bow here, we want to delete it totally. This part. Why is that now? That's because we're the lower part. And we also want to delete that lower part. Okay. And in here, for the lower part, I also don't want that. And we go here, don't want that bow anymore there. In that position. You have a different arm for that. And the upper part, let's draw the body as if he got a little bit disoriented. So we have the bow part here, or the upper part, as if this one we want to delete this. Let's first get into the spell. And this part. It's the difficult part. I want to have this part of the body curving, as if he curved. So let me just go and for this part and oh no, why did my shaded pencil? We have a little bit of change here. Then in here we want to have the body as if he got hit, and we want to delete these parts. Let's first delete this section here, and in here let's also delete some parts of here. Just to it's as if he got some curve. Okay. Then you want to draw the hair. I'm moving towards here instead of outside. The hair is moving inside because of the impact of getting hit. And let's go back here. Let's go in here. And the hair we also have sort of direction towards here. And then the arm, that's where we would see that straight arm here. So the arm, the biceps, the central, let's close some parts of that. And it will be moving towards here. So you have the biceps parts and the forearm. Okay, forearm. and then the wrist, and then this hand in hugging, so a little bit of fingers, in that part. Okay, and it's the color filter. We'll get skin color. In this case, some things up here. None. And let's go back here. Some parts here, some parts. And the arms are too small. I want to adjust this. So let's just try to look at it, then we'll try to adjust it further. And of course, the chest area and the abs part. This is some abs here. Some shadowing the ribs. And then I think we can adjust this a little bit. I already like the size, so I'm just going to position this. It's going to readjust it here, right? I'm going to merge that down, and I'm going to draw this as an extension of the forearm. Okay, so this the arm length will be demonstrated there. Then we have the bow, and this is going to be, of course, below here. I want to clean up some parts. Shift E to delete that. And I still want this to be around here as if the uh, the bow got a little bit again inward because he got hit with this. If we can adjust this further, we have to pull it off. So just size, hmm, size that now, okay. Adjust some of the parts here. Then we want the head to be like this. So should we go and cut it? Just want the head part to be rotating. Are you not showing me how this one rotate? You want this to be a little bit rotated. So move comments here, right? Hmm. So let me copy this and put it up. And the lower part of the bow is what I'm going to bring down here. I'm going to hide it down there. And this one upper part, upper, I would want to delete some of these parts here. Okay, and let's go and free up some space up here. I want to work on adding some of this here. And we have the lake area. I need to just delete some parts here, especially just to clean up this one. should be this parts. Should I merge it already? Let's merge it from this one. It's going to be for the ball. And some, let's add some space there. Just to demonstrate that there's a lot. And of course, let's clean up some anti-aliases, the outer lines. This is the difficult part when you're using rasterized images. Okay. So I want to clean up some of those lines. It really takes a lot of effort to work on doing some cleaning. I'm not sure with the other softwares, but this is my workflow if I'm working on Gym. This is for free. Uh, and Gym is well, I really like some of it, a lot of its features. And if you're beginning in game dev and you want to create your assets from scratch, you might want to consider using Gym. This cleans up some parts of the mask. Of course, let's clean up some of those parts. And let's, if we don't need to delete this, but we want to demonstrate the part of the bow. To know that part of the bow has the part of the line. Let's have some parts here. But of course, we can try to further improve on the bow part, how the looks of the bow can do for this enemy archer. Right, so I think that's 4 sprites for the hit animation. I think that I'll be good with that for tonight. How long did it take me? I think this is a 1 hour session. So perhaps I'll be continuing on working on more some game assets next time.